explain the effort level from your team in this game? Obviously, I know the result wasn't probably the outcome you wanted, but the effort level seemed to be there.
Yeah, I thought we played a really good first period, and the game kind of got a little bit seesawing back and forth a little bit more in the second. But if you put efforts in, and you guys are battling, trying to do the right thing, I don't know if you can beef anybody for that. But it stinks that we give up a lead there and give up a point at home.
Is it frustrating knowing that it was your stick that made it a goal instead of it being like a play by New York?
Yeah, that was a bummer. I mean, it's an instinctual thing, right? You see it going, and in hindsight, do I wish I would have pulled my stick back and they would have called it back? Yeah, but that's gonna be really hard for me to do. You're trying to, and then I almost step on veggie on the way through, so it was a bummer.
Penalty kill continues to be really strong. What are you seeing out of that group, especially when you guys are shorthanded?
Yeah, Matt's put together a really good plan for us, and I think our guys are sticking to it, and they believe in it right now, and I think that's a really good sign of your group, and also we're not relying on one guy to clear the puck. I think we've had a couple shared clears over the last couple of games that those are the difference, and killing off another 30 seconds of their power play. So, always have to have good goaltending, but right now I think we're in sync, and we're trusting where the guys are on the backside, and there's a lot of talk out there that always helps.
Especially in the first, there was a lot of times that you guys were shutting down the Islanders, even getting a clean zone entry. What were you guys doing so well to defend against their speed and their zone entry?
Yeah, they got some guys that can really move and groove off of the, coming through the neutral zone. But I just, like I said, I thought our forwards did a really good job of kind of jamming the line there and allowing our D to kind of absorb our gap. And, we even got, I think, Stenny had a good chance there in the third. Hey, anytime you get a chance at the PK, that's always a good time.
What did you think of the ruling on that goal?
I won't put my stick there again.
Your coach talks about controlling the controllables. Where do you feel like this group is making strides in controlling the controllables?
Well, I think it's in between the second and third period of understanding. I know with the however the rest of the game goes, but the idea that we're got to be comfortable in games like this. It's going to be a greasy, grimy game. It's going to be 2-1 going into the third period, plus or minus, however you look at it. But I think our guys are starting to see this group as someone that can, as a group of guys that can pull it together. I know obviously it didn't work tonight, but I don't see a panic in our game when it gets tight like that.
How difficult is it to cover in 3-on-3 situations like that?
Yeah, I have to look at it again. Especially if you've been out there for a little bit, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But like I said, they got some guys that can make plays, and he gave him an extra second, and that's all it takes.
What have you thought of Matthew Schaefer so far in his 18 games or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. He's going to be a good player in this league for a long time.
Can you put a word to, encapsulate, the way that finished for you guys?
I mean, that's a tough loss, I think. 2-1 lead for the majority part of the game, and obviously give up one late, that sucks, and then what happens in OT happens in OT. So tough one, learn and move on.
Your coach has talked a lot about staying present and controlling what you can control. For the most part of this game, there were a lot of positives to take away. Do you feel like your group was able to control what you could control?
I think so, yeah. I think so. There's still a couple, a couple shifts where we can clean it up a little bit better, but, I think we're taking strides in the right direction.
Penalty kill continues to be really strong. What are you seeing out of that group?
Yeah, I think just determination and knowing the game plan and sticking to it. I think, Mads is doing a great job explaining, the opposition's strengths, and then the kill's doing a great job of buying in.
What becomes the strategy in overtime when it's just really hard to get the puck back?
Yeah, I mean, just coverage, right? We knew that Barzal and Horvat would be coming over the boards at some point. So, yeah, when you don't have the puck, it's all about coverage, communication, and making sure you're not getting picked. And obviously they're two great players. I mean, Horvat's got one of the better sticks in the league right now, and Barzal's got incredible speed and skill and incredible passing and vision. So, it's unfortunate.
I know it's probably far from your mind right now, but your new line combo has had really good success in the 2 games so far. What has contributed to that?
Yeah, and I feel like JJ has jumped into our line perfectly. I think with myself, Boehner, and Karks, we kind of created an identity of how we wanted to play, and JJ's, complimenting that right now. He's we talked to him about, when the play's there, make the play, but Banner and I like to get in, and when he put pucks in, we'll get it back. So he's doing a great job, and obviously reaping some rewards and getting some goals here. So it's been great.
Gunther scored on the power play. Just curious, what made the difference on that specific power play as opposed to the other ones?
Yeah, that was a 5-on-3, correct? Or yeah, yeah. I mean, Gunther's got an incredible shot, and I think he's at the point of his career now where that's no secret to other teams. So I think on a regular 5-on-4, people are keen on him. So a 5-on-3 is a little bit easier for him to get open, and they moved the puck around well and found him at the right time, right spot, and obviously incredible shot.
Obviously, we had a really good first period, and for a number of reasons, we lost our momentum in the second period. We got extended. They did a good job at keeping our guys tired on the ice, and we had a tough time to change a few. We didn't turn the puck over a lot today, but we had a few costly one where did not enable us to make good changes, and that wear us down a little bit. And I think we were too much on our heel in the third period. I think we're protecting the lead, but we did not have the same aggression. And I talked to you a lot about that, about the way we're at our best to defend is when we have aggression and pressure, and did not like the way we closed that game.
When it comes to special teams, you get power play goal. Your penalty kill continues its strong success. What are you seeing out of the special teams efforts?
It's a big goal in the power play for sure. I think that our power play had opportunity to separate us during the game, and we didn't. That's unfortunate because I think that was those were key moments. On the flip side, the PK came up big. I think on the power play, we had a few good looks where the hole was there and the opportunity was there. We need to get clutch on those.
The ruling on that Drew end goal kind of surprised me. Did you anticipate it?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, because on the kicking, if the puck will have crossed the goal line on the kick, that's a no-goal. But we actually stopped the puck, shoot it in the post and in. So it's our doing.
It wasn't considered a deflection?
No. If you touch it with your stick, it's not a deflection. And if you touch it with a part of your body, it is. I think that's the rule. So I guess I will be code on that, but that's what I think the rule is.
Gotcha. When you're trying to get back possession in 3-on-3, how does that determine and kind of dictate who you have out on the ice?
Can you repeat that? I'm not sure I understand correctly.
So when you're trying to get possession back in 3-on-3, how do then you decide who goes on the ice?
Yeah, but when we try to have possession back, it's extremely tough to change under 3-on-3. That's a good question, Cole. But we did a lot of work on that, and changing at 3-on-3, it's really difficult if you don't have the puck. There's a lot of goals or score of opponent changing, so we're really careful on our change if we don't have possession. If you have possession, obviously, that's the time to change, and they capitalize on that.
Do you like you won't like the play because it was the overtime goal. I don't mean to say it like that, but do you think Matthew Schaefer is like a very good rookie of the year candidate?
He's a real deal, no doubt about it. He's played well, he skated really well, and obviously he had that goal, but more than that, he had an impact all game long.
You talk about controlling the controllables. We've talked about this. Crouse says you guys are making progress in some of those details. What were the details that you feel like there is progress there, especially mentally speaking?
Yeah, well, like I said, our puck management was much better. I think that was good. If there's one thing in our game is we need to remain aggressor. I think we did a good job of stay composed, but we flirt with getting a little bit too passive. And we need to be patient but aggressive. And we need to find that line with consistency, because you become passive. The Islanders are a team who likes to be in possession, and they took advantage of the fact we were not playing with as much pace in the second half of the game.
And then I just, out of a curiosity, from a singular player perspective, Kevin Stenlund, probably his most physical game we've seen from him. What did you see out of his game tonight?
Yeah, he was physical, and he did a good job in his zone as well. I think that was good in that sense. Thanks.